Welcome to
Spilling the Chiya.
Yeah, I like that. So I have a special guest with me today. He is my other half.
Yeah.
And today we were just doing an episode on couples concern. We're recording this in the car because we have nowhere else to go. This is so ghetto, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So if the audio sounds a bit, weird, that's why. I brought him here today because first of all, he really wanted to take part. Didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to get into that podcasting environment. So I feel like this is a good start to,
Because you like this sort of thing where you talk and expand about stuff on topics and stuff, innit?
Yeah, with me, I love kind of understanding different people's perspectives.
Are you nervous?
And, no, I'm not nervous.
You should be nervous.
I'm not nervous. But yeah, just understanding how each other's lifestyle is different, how each other's experiences are different, and why it is, and how it is for them, and just trying to get into other people's shoe and trying to look from there.
Yeah, and then you can learn as well as teach other people.
Certainly, yeah. I think
because you'll definitely know things that others don't, and then other people will know things that you don't.
To a sense. I mean, I'm not that smart, but yeah.
Yes, you are. Shut up. This man got a first in uni, okay, and you're telling me you're not that smart.
In a dead course, but
stop being so. It doesn't matter. A course is a course. You still got it. So we have been in a relationship for over 3 years now. I think that's quite a decent amount of time. I wouldn't say it's long term.
Yeah.
What would you say? What would you classify as long term?
I think long term.
5-6 years.
No.
No, but a relationship, not like.
I think a decent landmark is 3 years. I think 3 years is you are in a solid relationship where you kind of think about the future and think about where you want to go together in terms
whether you see that person in your life or not.
Yeah, in your life or not. And I feel that's just how I see it. About 6 is 6 is whoa.
Oh, shit, sorry.
6 is marriage right there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I said long-term relationship. Most people don't really have long-term relationships. So I think anything 5 or 6 years plus is long-term, in my opinion.
And then what would you class 3 years then?
3 years, I think, like you said, is the middle mark.
Middle, yeah.
Because I think that's quite a good. I mean, I would introduce someone to my parents.
But then what if for some people the amount of years that you've been in a relationship doesn't matter? You could be with someone for 1 month. You could be with someone for 10 years. You could still feel that 1 month connection is far more greater than that 10 years.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying from my perspective, I feel 3 years for us, between you and me, I think 3 years is quite long term. Yeah. You're my first boyfriend. I've never had a relationship before this, and your previous relationships weren't that long either. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think for us, in terms of what I think 3 years is pretty solid. Yeah. Because from here, I think that gives you enough time to. I mean, I feel you never really truly know a person fully, even after you've known them for a long time. Because people are changing and evolving all the time. Yeah,
I still find out new things about you and your kind of hobbies and interests.
And things change as well.
Things change, people change, That's just life itself. Change, you have to accept change. Yeah. Change is good for you. I think people are scared of change.
I am scared of change. But
it's just normal.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable, and it's.
If you want to grow.
Yeah, I think change is necessary for growth. Yeah. Because you can't adopt the same process.
Yeah, because if you're stagnant in your relationship and you're just sort of
just going with.
It's just mundane, isn't it? And then it just becomes kind of boring, and then you just kind of lose that spark, I think.
Yeah, but I think in terms of long term or short term, I think it just depends on the person.
On the person and their relationship.
And their relationship and how well they connect. There's obviously like I said, someone that's been with someone for 1 month could feel far more affection than someone that's
been together for 3-4 years.
Yeah, 3-4 years. Yeah. It just depends on the person, the relationship, how it is. I feel timing as well, because I feel timing, you could be with the right person, but it could be in the wrong time.
I agree. It's so funny though. I'm not going to explain everything, but it's we met each other before we actually met each other.
We did.
We had so many coincidences. And even after we started talking, and then we had so many coincidences that made me believe was it meant to be? Because I feel we're so opposite to each other.
Yeah, definitely. No, but then opposites attract for sure.
Yeah, it's a good. That's
when things are too similar, it just becomes boring.
You clash, don't you?
Not clash. You just.
Some people do. If we were both I don't know, if we were both too similar. Anyways, enough about us. Going forth with today's episode. We had a Q&A on Instagram regarding couples concerns, but it's not just about their concerns. We also asked people to share any stories they had, because dating in the Asian community is hard. Like, I'm pretty sure we all know that now. I mean, a lot of parents are becoming more lenient now, but it's still pretty hard to date in the Asian community, I feel like. So we also asked them.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous because you're sitting there. Stop looking into my eyes. Like, sorry, puke. Yeah, we do have some of you are like crazy, y'all. Y'all are wilding. Like, I would never even be brave enough
Let's hear this thing
to do this. So this is a mix of both concerns as well as like sort of. We'll just give our take on it in it.
Okay.
We'll just give our take on it.
Yeah, sure.
Obviously, that doesn't mean that what we're saying is like, oh, it has to apply, blah, blah. This is just our opinion and how we think about that situation.
Yeah, because obviously,
everyone's different.
Yeah, like, everybody has their own perspectives, but obviously from our standpoint, we'll try to give the best advice or the best kind of
and it would be nice to see like both gender side, but like from a male perspective and as well as a female perspective. First one is it's a story, so we'll start off with a story.
Do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, can do.
We can take turns. This is titled CCTV Aunties and Uncles Always Blowing Things Out of Proportion. I remember when I was dating this KC guy once, and we always had to meet either really early in the morning or really late at night to avoid anyone seeing us. We had been doing this for a while, and since he was at uni during that time, I would stay around his uni house sometimes. The one time that we decided to have a proper date during the day, this auntie that my mom knows saw me and him leaving his house together and clearly thought that I was part of some sex trade. LOL. That night, my mom called me completely pissed out of her mind, calling me all the names under the sun relating to prostitution. You can imagine yourself the words that she called me. It's crazy because I didn't even see that auntie that ratted on to my mom. I swear Nepalese parents will believe anything other people will say over their own children. I feel like I'm living with enemies sometimes. Zalini reputation, Zalini oru leke bansa, oru leke sotsa. It's like we are always living to satisfy other people.
That's peak.
That's a sticky one still.
That is peak. But I totally agree about like the Nepalese parents believing other people get it over their own children.
Yeah, I feel like Nepalese people, I don't know what it is. They always accept other people's comments rather than your own blood and family's comments. Yeah, like
I know it needs to change.
Yeah, it's just like I don't get it. Like they care more about what other people think than their own. Like their own friends or.
Their own family, basically, like your kids. I totally agree with this, with the fact what she said. And oh my god, sis, that is peak that she saw you. But, like, you just have to ignore it. I mean, if you feel like this dude is for you and you guys have, been together for a while, you feel a connection, you know what? Like, your family will learn to accept it. They're not going to disown. Well, actually, that's a lie. I know some.
Families are a bit.
I know some cultures are a bit. Because in Nepalese community we have like subcultures as well. Yeah. So like each like Magar, Guru, right? Each one is gonna like they have their own separate beliefs and norms as well. So I know that some of those are still quite strict. So I can't even be like, oh, they're not going to disown you, blah, blah, because, so that's a bit peak.
Yeah, and I feel like girls that have it a lot worse than guys, like if like, for instance, if an auntie saw me with a girl, like, I don't think she would say shit about me, but, like, it's still...
Defo, it'd be on the girl.
Yeah, like,
it'll
exactly, like, it'll be more harder for the girl than it would be for the boy, because, obviously, for a girl, it's fucking, like... That's like a no-go
that's
to
like,
be
bro,
with another guy.
Like, they see you with a guy, they think you're sleeping with him.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing stuff, or they're doing, this and that, like prostitution, like she's calling
it exactly. Like, what the fuck? Say, just because she saw her coming out of his house, how can she say, like, Tori, like, but you know what? The thing is, parents will say this shit and then they won't remember. Because, obviously they're the ones that say it and they think, like, oh, they say whatever they want. Yeah. And then, like, once they've calmed down, they'll just forget about it. But that stays with you, innit? Yeah. Like, you remember that wound for however long. Like, I still remember when my mom used to call me names for, like, stuff that's not even that big. Yeah. Big of a deal. Your Nepali, Bani is quite bad, You shouldn't do that, especially to your own kids.
Yeah. These aunties just love stirring the pot, man. I swear down.
Yeah. Oh, my God, this reminds me of the time... This one time, get it in year 10 or something. In year 10, I was going to the library with this guy. Yeah. He's Gora. He was English, and because my dad's a bus driver, so like obviously that everyone's the whole bus driver team, half of them are Nepalese uncles. And you know, uncles are just as bad as aunties, I'm telling you. And like, I was literally walking next to him. It's not like we were holding hands or anything. We were literally just walking side by side, going to the library to meet our other friends there. And this uncle told my dad that I was like proper walking with this white boy holding his hand, laughing. And then my dad, the first thing he said to me was what that uncle said. And he was like, oh, you shouldn't go around like that. He didn't even ask me like, is that true? Yeah. I remember I was so angry. Like, I actually cried because I was so freaking angry. Like, how can you believe what's like, you didn't even give me a chance to explain myself. And I feel like this happens a lot in Nepalese households because they're so fucking concerned about their reputation and like what other people are going to say, blah blah.
They just take it for face value. They don't even ask you about it or like, you know.
Exactly. There's no such thing as asking.
Nah, they're just like
they're just like, you did this. Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
It's mad. Like, I remember when I was in college as well. I was like just walking with some girls like to the shops.
Yeah.
And this auntie that my mom knew happened to see us. And like the funniest thing is like they didn't say anything to me, but the girl that they saw, like I remember the next day like she got shouted at and stuff like that back home.
Yeah,
we were just walking to the shops.
Men don't get shit most of the time.
No, not that.
Most of the time.
No, I feel
most of the time men don't get shit for whatever they've done or don't do. Yeah. You know, if they sleep around with girls, what can the mum say? Like, oh, it's like, what can we say? We can't control him. That's what they'll say. But then wherever it's a girl, oh my god, she will not hear the end of it. Like, you know, girls get more shit than guys, and that is so unfair.
No, yeah, I fully agree with that. When it comes to relationships, yeah, for sure. It's a sticky situation. But obviously, you know, you shouldn't have to hide it, or you shouldn't have to kind of sneak here and there. It has to be open and stuff. But like Nepalese culture is hard to get family members that accept you and someone else.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck. Like we're in the same position too, so
not really the same position.
Not in the same position, but obviously like we're not open, are we? Like we're not like we haven't told our parents. Well, you told your parents, but obviously I haven't told. Like, you know,
my parents love you, but you know.
I mean, like, who doesn't love me? But still,
shut up.
You know, like whenever we go to Maidstone, I still feel a bit, you know,
you're like hiding.
Yeah, I just feel like because Kent area,
It's funny because normally it's the other way around, but sadly, I'm the alpha. I gotta be the man. Jokes, I'm joking. The next story was called. She put the subject as coming through the door.
Or coming with a CUM?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, okay, this one's a bit saucy. Okay, I dated a Nepalese boy before. We were staying.
I'm not homophobic. My bitch is gay.
Anyway, I dated a Nepalese boy before. We were staying around his house while his parents were out, and obviously Netflix leads to chill. We were kissing and getting intimate. We were having sex in his bedroom, and just as he was about to bust, his bedroom door burst open, and his mum was standing there with a slipper and her phone in her hand.
No, man, you shouldn't laugh. Fucking hell.
It was the most embarrassing thing I have ever experienced. I still cannot believe to this day that someone's mother walked in on me having sex with her son. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. So literally coming through the door.
Well, so was he like mid-orgasm? So he was like, yeah.
Well, she said he was about to bust.
So he was mid-orgasm.
His mum opened the door and it's just like...
Just like open the door and you can see your son like fucking having a spasm or some shit.
Ew, oh my god, that is, oh my god, I would never, I would freaking die if that happened to me. God. That's so fucking embarrassing.
Even I get so scared when I'm like, you know.
What, having a...
Yeah, like, you know, being my meat. You know, I get scared if my mom comes in and sees me. But
because in Nepalese households, there is no such thing as privacy. Like, we don't have, first of all, you will never see a lock in a Nepalese household. As far as I know. You will never see a lock. Isn't it true?
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It is true. Yes.
Well, I've not seen that since every house that I've been to.
Well, in my household, when I get a house, man, every door
there's gonna be a fucking lock.
Padlock everywhere.
Lock and the chain.
The chain, the fucking bolt.
That is really peak. I feel bad for the girl because obviously, like I said, the girls will get the shit end of the stick. Maybe I don't think she was Nepalese though, because she said I dated a Nepalese boy before. So at least you can run away and hide. If you were Nepalese, I'm just assuming that you're not. But if you were Nepalese, oh my god. Your mother will hear it as well, like, you know, through the grapevine.
How can you even explain that? That's
exactly.
That's like unexplainable. I don't know how you... even get past a situation like that, or even like.
This is why I cannot, like, I don't think I could go to your house at all. Like, I don't think I could, because I don't want to get. First of all, I think it's a bit like, I used to think it's a bit disrespectful, because like, you know, they don't even know me. But I would be so scared, even if we weren't doing anything. I'd be so scared they just come in and like, how are you gonna explain to them, or how you have a random girl, well, not a random girl, but you've got a girl that they don't know, or a guy in the house.
Nah, it's mad. Like, you know, like I have some white friends that casually just walk in with a girlfriend and just tell them like, "Hey, mama, I'm gonna go upstairs with my girlfriend," and then just casually have sex, like just naturally. Like, how do you do that without feeling a bit insecure and kind of embarrassed for yourself, man? Like, I honestly
think
don't
it's
get
just
that.
the culture is different, and we weren't like, because Nepalese people are so like
hush
you know, about like sex
taboo
and
subject,
like
isn't it?
sort of bringing a girl home is not really like normally you wouldn't bring anyone home unless you were thinking of marrying them.
Like I wouldn't.
But in a sense, I would like to be able to bring you home, because it's like, you know, it's hard to date outside. We're always having to go outside. You can't like just hang out at home. Whereas like if our parents knew that we were dating, I think it'd be much easier to just meet up and just hang out at home. We wouldn't have to always be like, oh, kota zani, ka zani, like blah blah blah, and that would save so much fuel, so much money,
so much energy, so much time.
Exactly. You know what? It is what it is.
It's just hard in a relationship because it's very like, unless you want to marry that person, you cannot bring them home to your parents. Like that is like
some families are getting more open though, and I love that, because it's like, to be honest, if I had a kid, I would rather them date under my roof. Do you know? Like, I would want them to bring them home, because then I know they're safe. They're not like going to hotels.
Yeah, but then don't you think they would find it awkward?
Well, I'm not telling them to have sex, am I? I'm just telling them like they can hang out at home.
Bruv,
I'm not gonna go into their room and sit with them.
Two teenagers who are fucking horny as fuck aren't gonna just sit there.
Not everyone's like you. They might not be.
I'm telling you, man. Like, puberty changes people. Like, there's no way that's just gonna happen. Like, yeah, you would want it under your supervision, but obviously you wouldn't want it under your roof. Like, come on.
Okay. I guess that's a grey area.
Yeah, have safe sex. You know, tell them about all of that stuff.
Yeah, the boru I would want them to promote, because because your kids are gonna do it anyway.
Exactly. Like, that's natural. You know, like that's just
especially
human instinct.
Especially I mean, like in our generation, like it's normal now.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was a bit more taboo, but so instead of that, wouldn't you rather just them be safe?
Yeah. Like,
if they're gonna do it anyway.
Safe, yeah. Obviously, you know, if you're gonna have sex, you know, be safe. Use all the protection and stuff like that, and just make sure that you are in an environment that's secure, that's safe, and that's, you know, calming. Like, nothing that's a bit stressing people out, because
you can't bust when you're stressed.
You know, like, I don't know who that brother was that was fucking orgasming when his mom came in, bro. I would be so scared for my life. Man.
I feel sorry for you, but it's a bit funny, not gonna lie.
Man's busting all his nuts.
The next ones are like sort of concerns and questions.
I have been with my man for 4 years. He keeps flirting with this Didi Hoki Kyo, and she was even trying to dance with him at a party, and he just laughed it off. Am I being dramatic for just wanting to end things now? This has been going on for way too long. Okay, I mean, like, I probably have a different, you know, perspective to you. Like, do you want to go first?
Was that the whole thing?
Yeah. That was all. I mean, being a guy, like, I don't see anything wrong with that, because obviously, that's just dancing, you know.
No.
If it's like flirty, if it's like
so
grinding and dining.
No, she said she's dancing on him.
Oh.
She's saying, and she was even trying to dance on him.
On him, as in like grinding and stuff like that.
What do you think on him means?
I don't know.
Obviously on him. I mean, if it was just normal dancing, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah.
But she said he keeps flirting with this Didi, so he's like giving her signals and she's acting on it. So yeah, I would end things, because what the fuck, if you're okay, the Didi say is like okay, no, you can't really be mad at another woman, because like you have no control over her. But if your man can't even like stay in his lane, then obviously it's time to split. It's been a long without you, my friend, and I don't know about it when I see it. I never see you again. No. Bro.
Okay, all right. When it's just like dancing, when there's nothing, obviously when there's nothing sexual there, and I would understand. But when it's like grinding or like flirting, is like, if you're kind of reciprocating it.
Yeah, but like he's the one flirting. Like, he's the one in a relationship, and he's the one flirting with her.
Okay, well, so that
like, if she was flirting and he wasn't like responding,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's kind of reciprocating it.
He's initiating it. What do you mean?
Well, all right, initiating reciprocating, because obviously she's dancing on him.
Yeah, but that's because he's flirting with her. So if your man can't even stay in his lane, then it's time to go your separate ways. No, but she could
be dancing on him, and in turn, he could be flirting with her.
But either way, he's not. He's trying to be with another girl.
Yeah,
no. So yeah, end things. End it.
Main thing is loyalty, man. You have to be loyal.
Exactly.
Loyalty
and she said it's been going on for too long, so
nah,
bunda. You need to you need to like leave.
That brother's moving mad.
I know these days caste doesn't matter, but to my parents it does.
Yeah.
And I'm in a relationship with a guy who is a different caste.
Yeah.
I'm really scared to tell my parents because I know they won't approve, but I love him too much. Any advice?
Oh, Jesus.
That is hard. Because obviously it depends on your parents. And to be honest, yeah, straight up, I would just tell my parents. Once you reach, I think, not straight away, but once we've been dating for about like a year. Because obviously you don't want to waste your time as well. It depends if you're...
But then aren't you wasting your time if you wait for a year?
You are, but then like how do you know that he's not going to leave you after you, like, or things are not going to work out after you tell your parents?
But then how do you know that it will work out before you tell your
Yeah,
parents?
but within a year you would kind of know, like, have some idea whether you are liking where things are going or not. Okay. And whether you want to put more effort and actually like
but then,
give
like,
your all.
Don't you think if you tell your parents after a year and then it didn't work out, that would be even worse?
Okay.
Okay, let's just say not after a year, when you both think that it will go for a long term, like when you
like
guys
no
see when you guys see each other
and
like,
you realize like you actually really like them.
I think you have to be honest with your parents. Like obviously the caste system is something that is very predominantly like kind of important in our culture, and it affects a lot of people's relationships. And I've heard some really, really bad stories, but I think the main thing is to be honest and just like if you guys do see each other like long term, then just tell your parents, just tell them how you feel, and just try to explain why you love this other person and why you want them in your life and stuff like that, because you shouldn't have to hide things.
If they're your parents, like they should want you to be happy. The main thing. Thing is, I know if your parents are still really old fashioned and they care a lot about caste, like it depends on you as a person whether you respect your parents enough to listen to them and leave that person. Because once you tell your parents, you have to make that decision based on their response. So like whether you love this person and you really think that they're worth it, or whether your parents mean more to you and just end things with that person.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's loads of guys and girls. There's loads of fish in the sea. So it's not like you'll never find someone else. Yeah. Even if you left them, but then you don't want to give up on someone who could be the one for you as well. Yeah. I personally would tell my parents, or at least like ease in the idea, oh, what do you think about me dating someone who's not our caste? And then you can get sort of an idea of how they feel, and then obviously discuss that with your partner and see whether it's worth going forward with it. Even if you don't tell your parents that you're dating, if you ease it into them like, oh, mum or dad, what do you think about me dating a different caste? And then like see their response and then talk to them seriously about it. Yeah. But at the same time, you're not telling them, oh, I do have a boyfriend who's a different caste or a girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah,
obviously don't expose yourself, just kind of just feed it in there.
Yeah, don't expose yourself. That's what I did.
Yeah, fucking hell.
My mum was so clever though, the way and then I ended up exposing myself. But anyway, and you never know, your parents you might even have been worrying for no reason. Like they might even be like, oh, we want you to be happy. If he treats you well, if he has a good job, blah, blah, and you see a future, then and then it'll make you feel so much better as well, rather than dating in stress and thinking, oh, is this going to end because of this one thing. So yeah, I would honestly just ease it into your parents.
So this one is, my man has a work wife. I don't know about other people, but I don't like it, especially when they've been texting a bit too much these days, and the fact that she is single. I'm not an insecure and jealous person, but I can't help feel disrespected. I even wanted to meet her to get to know her and thought that maybe we could be friends, but she always seems to be busy, yet she asked my man if she wanted to grab coffee one day. Just him, not even with me. Don't know what to think. Yeah, that's like...
This work wife, work husband shit is work wife, personally, for me, I just find it weird if you consider anyone else, because it's kind of like flirting, don't you think?
Yeah, that's definitely flirting. Like that's like having someone else there.
That's like giving you a reason to flirt with other girls or guys, like saying, oh, he's just my work husband, or oh, she's just my work wife. Like I just find it weird why you would even call anyone else your wife, because like a wife is someone who you love and you want, like it's that word is very like intimate and sort of like it has a meaning behind it. So why would you want to call more than one person that you actually truly love your wife, even if it's as a joke? Yeah. So I just find that a bit weird.
But then, like, it could just be friends, I guess. But then if it's like,
no, but that's
like inviting them out for a coffee and something, and not even you, or not accepting.
Yeah, and she's being weird.
Yeah, she's being a bit snaky there, because like she's like
she just wants to hang out with the
yeah,
dude.
with the dude, and like she doesn't want to be friends with you.
Yeah, and seeing that's kind of like her loophole to kind of steal your man, basically, because like if she's brave enough to ask him to hang out with just her and not the girlfriend, that's kind of like she sees it as okay to be disrespectful to the girlfriend.
Yeah, but more importantly, I don't think it's the work wife thought. I think it's the man. Like, you need to talk to the man. Like,
first, the first person who gets the blame is the person who's in the relationship.
You need to like just. Obviously, you can't be like, oh, why are you talking to this guy? Don't talk to him. But like kind of ease it in. Like,
but he needs to relax.
Yeah, like he needs to stop texting her or whatever their situation is, because like it seems a bit too personal, too affectionate.
Yeah.
And when it gets to that point, obviously, you're gonna start to feel jealous and a bit concerned. Like, who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the guy, like, if you're always chatting to another girl, like, who's to say that you're not gonna catch feelings for her?
Yeah, catch feelings. Yeah, like, especially when you're in the same work environment
and you're always around them,
and you're always around them, and you always see them. I feel like,
and you're joking around.
Yeah, you're flirting
that.
here and there. Like, yeah, it gets to a point where it's a bit like, what the fuck's
crossing
going on?
the line. You need to talk to your man and explain like how you
I
feel
mean,
and talk it out.
Yeah, talk it out, but like don't tell him to leave his job just because of one.
No, who's saying to leave the job?
I don't know. So as long as there was no feelings,
there's always going to be feelings.
Okay.
I think the best thing to do is talk it out, because you have to talk about your feelings and how you feel about where you stand in all this. And if he can't seem to reason with why you think a certain way, then boy bye.
Boy bye.
Boy bye, or girl bye. It goes both ways. And she's a snake for wanting to meet up with him. Like, that's so disrespectful. Yeah, especially if the girl is saying that she tried to be friends with that girl, and she's like not even trying, yet she's trying to meet the dude outside of work. That is snaky.
This is crazy. Like, trying to. Oh man, like, if this was boys. If this was like men commenting, but when it's girls, like, I don't want to say something.
No, you can say it though, because you can say your perspective. No, it's fine. The whole point we're doing this is to see the male, like, from your perspective as well. So if it was the other way around, what would you say? So if it was you in the workplace and you had a work husband, yeah.
I'd probably ask you. Yeah, I'll probably be like, why you messaging? Why are you flirting with this guy? Why are you messaging him a lot? What's going on? What's the situation? Who is this guy? Like, I probably want to get like a breakdown of who this fucking individual
exactly.
is.
So that's the same thing. Like, the girl would want that as well.
Do I do some MI6 shit, man?
Because like I just think that's weird to have the audacity to call someone else your wife.
Because who knows? Like, anything can happen.
Yeah, and this is how people cheat.
But.
This is how people cheat.
You could be like, oh yeah, come to the break room, and then be like, oh.
Man, if you did that, you're getting. Oh, I feel so sorry for her. Honestly, you just need to talk to him and tell him how you like. You said don't know what to think. Don't think. Just go talk to him. Just talk to him and figure out what is
going on.
Tell
him what you think. Don't think. Tell him what you think.
Yeah, but obviously in like a calm manner. You don't want to come across as like psycho.
Psycho, yeah.
Okay, next one is, am I crazy for getting annoyed at the fact that this girl keeps calling my boyfriend every day? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. She even has a man herself.
Obsessed.
Even when my boyfriend ignores her, she keeps calling. Lol. Apparently, she used to like him, and she's not really impressed that I am dating him.
What did they used to do?
First of all, who is she to be like, I'm not impressed? Who is she to say that she's not impressed with who he's dating just because she used to like him? Second of all,
girl.
She has a man, and she's trying to take someone else's man, or like she's trying to call another man. That's weird.
That is very weird.
That is very sus. That's like she's waiting for the moment that this girl's man responds to her actions, and she's gonna leave her man.
Was she trying to take that man and have 2 mans?
Bro, try to stay with your one man, yeah? Instead of like, when don't be greedy. What do you think about that?
Hey, that's
I don't think she's crazy. She said, "Am I crazy for getting annoyed?" No, you have every right to be annoyed.
If I was in that situation where another man was trying to get with you, then I would be a bit like, yo. I would probably speak to the guy. I'd be like, yo, just back off. Because like she's saying it from her perspective. Like, obviously she knows.
Honestly, her man should just block him. Her.
Block her Facebook.
Block
her Instagram.
Twitter,
block her Twitter.
everything. That's weird.
Yeah, very weird.
Dude, just block her.
No, but were they previously friends though?
But that doesn't give you a right to call him all the time.
Maybe she's just a bit bored, you know?
She has a man. She can call her man.
So I've been chatting to this guy for 3 to 4 months now, and he hasn't asked me to be his girlfriend. like when I start talking about relationships, he avoids the topic completely, but he still expects me to do girlfriend shit. I'm kind of getting the ick, not gonna lie. Should I just say boy bye lol?
Right.
Why is it all relationships, man? Why
So,
can't it just be like
babes, it's couples concern.
FWB?
That's why. It's all fine and well if he doesn't ask you out yet because, you know, maybe he's not ready or blah, blah, blah. But if he's expecting you to do girlfriend shit but not making you his girlfriend, then yeah, boy, bye.
Yeah.
Because that's like saying, oh, you should be doing wife shit, but where's my ring?
No, but sometimes it takes steps, doesn't it? Like.
Yeah, but he's... Okay, then don't expect her to do girlfriend shit then.
No, but what does she mean by girlfriend shit? Just
I don't
holding
know.
hands or going the full mile?
Okay, I don't know what you mean by girlfriend shit, but if you think that it's girlfriend shit and it's like above the standard that you would do if you were in a talking stage, then I don't think you're not obliged to do any of that shit if he's not made it official, to be honest. Because what if you just end up wasting your time and he never asks you out? Have you thought about that?
Yeah.
So it's better. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Or even worse, he's using you.
Yeah. If he's just using you, or he's just he's just bored. And what right does he have to want her to do girlfriend shit, but then he doesn't have the audacity or the balls to ask her out?
I mean, does he do boyfriend shit, or is it just one-sided? I think it's a very.
Well, if he's doing boyfriend shit, you might as well ask her out. Or maybe she can ask him out.
No, but then maybe generally, if it's hard for him, you know, it takes a long time, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, there was actually quite a lot, so there might be 2 parts to this. The next one is, what would you say is the key to a long-term relationship? Any advice for someone who always seems to fail with relationships?
I think for me, what is very important in a relationship is loyalty, communication, and
physical touch.
Yeah, sexual attraction.
No, don't.
Yeah, no, there has to be that physical, intimate, attraction. There has to be that. Otherwise, it won't work. Like.
For you, not for everyone. For you.
Like I know for some girls, obviously the motion in the ocean counts, but sometimes the size of the thing counts more. It does, exactly. Like, you're not going to be with someone that has a fucking 1-inch wonder.
Well, no, you might be with them if they've got a really good personality. Like, if I really liked someone, I don't think that would matter to me.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
There's dildos. You don't need to have a dick.
For me, my 3 would be communication, loyalty, and the sexy time. Sexual attraction. Yeah, and what about you? Boing?
For me, I think definitely compromise. Like, for a long-term relationship, compromise is a key thing. We've had to compromise so much that I think it's changed both of us as a person. Not everything is perfect, and things are not always going to work out the way you want it to. It's not a fairy tale. Yeah. So you have to be able to compromise and accept change and change it as well to make it work. Yeah. Commitment and communication.
What, so triple C?
Those 3. Huh?
Triple C.
Triple C, yeah.
Yeah. And bikini is triple C.
BBC again. Shut the fuck up. Jokes. Yeah. I definitely. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely commitment, because if you both have to be willing to go the extra mile for each other, which I think we both do. Like, he used to come like on an 8-9 hour coach journey to see me.
From knots.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So commitment, definitely. Communication, like you said, like you have to be able to talk things out. You can't just ignore something, or like if you're angry, you can't just ignore someone for like a month. It's not like your friend, it's your other half. You have to be able to talk things out.
Yeah, even with compromising, like you said, like I think a lot of people this generation, like when one thing goes wrong, they just like get the ick, they just end it. Obviously, when it's something serious, I understand that. But when it's like a small thing, you guys have to, like, obviously it's not going to be perfect. Nothing in life is supposed to be perfect. Everything is about learning and getting through things together. Like, that's how you expand as a couple.
And grow.
Like,
and that's how things will last, natural, because you will see the effort that both of you are making.
Yeah, exactly. So compromisation is
key. That's the biggest thing.
And sexual attraction.
For me, I don't really care about those things. I mean, obviously, physical attraction does matter.
When you saw me, when you like...
When I saw you, I was like, damn, boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, got that.
No, I actually had...
2-incher.
Shut up. No, I actually had like so many butterflies when I saw you. So I do think the physical attraction is key. But sexual attraction, I feel like that kind of fades with time anyway, because, when the honeymoon stage is over...
You have to keep the fire going. So how long should a talking stage last?
How long did ours last?
Ours lasted about
2-3 months. No, like 4 months, and then I asked you out.
Not even that. We started talking about February time, and then
March, April, May.
Yeah, 3 months.
I think 3 months is a valid.
3 months, and I got this gal thing.
I asked you out
Yeah, because
I was just like, you know what, I'm not getting fucked over again or getting used again. You know, you're either.
No, actually, no. You said the L word.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
you did. You
Not
chicken.
no.
Yeah, you did. She said the love word, and I was just like, shooketh.
Oh, okay. I don't remember saying that, but yeah, I
Well,
think
I
3
do.
months. We were talking for 3 months. I think 3 months is a good amount of time
Yeah,
because you don't want to spend too much time in the talking stage.
Yeah, that's a bit boring.
And then it's like, you know,
like nothing happens.
if you don't even end up together, like that was such a waste of time.
If like nothing happened with us within 3 months, would you have made a move?
I did make a move. I asked you out because it's like, I don't, you know, you don't want to waste your time. I was just so done with boys at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, patience is a virtue, but when it comes to that, patience is not a virtue because that's just being fucked over.
Anyway, there's bare stuff left, so I think we're gonna have to make a part 2 because already like 40 minutes by Sakyo.
Yeah. We're just very talkative.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny because he's not a very talkative person.
Yeah, but when it comes to stuff
no,
like
but when
that,
you're
I wanna
with
talk.
me, you just chat shit. You just don't shut up.
What? No, it's not.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
just weird. No.
No, but I like that. I like
No,
that.
it's not that. No, but funnily enough, when we first started dating, I wasn't like this. I was quite quiet. But I think I've kind of grown as a person when I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'm being more open and more talkative. Like I want to be able to. But when it comes to topics like this, I love
Discussing,
discussing
debating.
this kind of area. Like this is my area.
And remember, there's no point crying over spilt Chiya.
Wipe
it
that
up.
shit up, man. Wipe it up. Like
Wipe it up.
how you wipe your ass.
Wipe it up. All right, bye.